Hi, this is Vigneshwar, URK19CS1052. In this video, we're going to see about configuration of static routing. And so here I connecting the devices. So not consider this one. I tell you in next step. So this is PC0 and PC1 and PC2 and PC3. Router 0, router 1 and router 2. And this is the switches. And I give IP address for PCs. So here you see the PCs IP address and this PC IP address and this PC IP address and this PC IP address. So now I'm going to give config CLI for this router. So here I give enable config T and int of FA 0/0 because here in left hand side we have FA 0/0. So I take here FA/0/0 and so here I give IP address and no shutdown I give. So here you see that blue light, sorry, green light come. So here I give serial configuration. So here I give a serial configuration. So here IP address and no shutdown I give. So now we see that one. Still this is not in green color. So I give here clock rate. So clock rate of 64. So now I close this one. Wait. So I come back to this router to configure CLI and here no and enter en configure T. So I give IP address and no shutdown and here I give a serial interface. So and I give IP address and no shutdown and then in the serial was changed to up and you see here the serial was changed and here I show IP route. So here you see that two connections, serial connection and fast internet connection. So now we see here so here also two connection, one fast internet connection and one serial internet connections and 10.0 and 20.0. So now what we see here now means, so in this router knows this switch configuration. So we have to give, so here we have to compile static routing. So now we are going to give static routing for the router 0. So here config T. So this is the IP address to route 192.168.30. Why I take 30 here means in this side here is 30 route. So I take here 30 and serial number is 2/0. So here serial is 2/0. So I take 2/0 and exit and here I show IP route. So here one more route is added. See 192.168.30.0 in serial connection and So similarly we do in router 1 also. Take router 1. Similarly we do router 1 also. So here configure T, and the IP route is 192.168.10.0 because in this router has 10.0, so I 10.0 I put here, and serial is 2/0 and exit, and the configure from the console by console. So SHIP route. So here you see that route serial added 192.168.10.0 is added directly connected to the serial port. So here now we ping this message to PC0 to PC1 in simulation. So the ping is successful. You see here in this last, I hope you see. And now I delete this ping and I add ping to PC0 to this router 0. The ping, the ping is processed. Wait 1 second. Simulation mode. So I ping. So the ping was successfully pinged, send message, and so this is the second method to I connected a router and switch and PC4. So I give a IP address for a PC4. Wait. Here you check that IP address. Then in router I give configure. So here now. So here is a router 3 configuration, enable and configuration T, and the int of serial integer and the IP address of this one, and no shutdown, and interface of serial 2/0 is changed state to down, and again I configured the FA 0/0 and the IP address of 192.168.50.1 that PC4 is IP address, and no shutdown. After no shutdown you close this one and we ping here whether it's successful or not. PC4 to the router 3, it is successful. Ping you show here, and show IP route I show, so that 192.168.50.0 is connected to the fast Ethernet. And now I close this router 3 and going to router 0. So here, so in this router I enable and configure it, and here serial of 3/0 and IP address of that one, and no shutdown, and I give a clock create and exit. So show the IP route. So here you see the 4 IP routes. So here 4.0 is a serial 3/0 is connected, and so here I configured T and IP route of 192.168.50.0 and to this gateway, and it's connected to the 192.168.40.2 router. So end, and I show the IP route. So here you see the 4 connection, and coming to next. So that's all from the config for the router 3, and so I ping this, that ping was successful. So I delete this ping, and thank you for watching this code simulation, and thank you for watching this video.